cities are prime targets for atomic attack, but mass evacuation would be disastrous. An enemy would like nothing better than to have us leave our cities empty and unproductive. If an emergency should come, our factories will be battle stations. Production must go on if we are to win. Our offices and homes will also be posts of duty, not to be deserted. With the knowledge of the first atomic explosions to guide us, our chances for survival will be far better than those of the people of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, if we act on our knowledge and are prepared. The first job is to look over your own home for shelter possibilities. If you live in a private home that is well built, the cellar is the safest place to be. The lower you get, the more barriers there are likely to be against blast, heat, and radioactivity. Select the basement wall nearest the probable target area of your city. If the house is blown over, it will most likely fall away from this wall. If you have a workbench or strong table big enough to get under, move it into your shelter area near a wall or strong supporting column. If the time comes when you actually have to take shelter, lie under the table. If you live in a home that has no basement, choose a shelter area without windows on the ground floor. An interior hallway is probably best.
Here in Russia, you see the reason why we are spending billions of dollars in defense production. Why your family is paying the highest taxes in our history. The leaders of Russia tell us their only concern is the defense of their own nation. Is this so? Ever hear of Nikolai Lenin? He was the first leader of communist Russia. Leon Trotsky was another. Lenin lived but a few years, and out of the vicious struggle for power that followed his death, Joseph Stalin emerged as undisputed leader. Here was a new face, but in the background was an old one, Karl Marx. He established the ultimate aim of communism as world revolution. And the rulers of communist Russia, while firmly establishing their authority at home, created an international organization to stir up revolution throughout the world. Communism was on the march. Stalin was in the Kremlin. But what of the people? The proletarians who had fought to win a new world. Their new world might look promising, but although the land had been taken away from the capitalists, the workers didn't get it. Under communism, virtually everything belongs to the state. The individual has
Unleashed by science, engulfs all humanity. Plan, direction, and self-destruction. We dare not tempt them with weakness, for only when our arms are sufficient beyond doubt can we be certain beyond doubt that they will never be employed. But neither can two great and powerful groups of nations take comfort from our present course. Both sides overburdened by the cost of modern weapons, both rightly alarmed by the steady spread of the deadly atom, yet both racing to alter that uncertain balance of terror that stays the hand of mankind's final war. So let us begin anew, remembering on both sides that civility is not a sign of weakness, and sincerity is always subject to proof. Let us never negotiate out of fear, but let us never fear to negotiate.
Like the waters of a mighty ocean, people also represent a tremendous force, the understanding of which is of greatest importance to the American way of life. This force is known as consumer power. In response to the potential demands of consumer power, American initiative and industry have created in the United States the highest standard of living ever enjoyed by any people. American production has become the most efficient in the world, and as a result, our factories and industrial plants are turning out an ever-increasing amount of goods, things that people want and need.
He set a price for his creations that the consumer was willing to pay, and sales dollars poured in from satisfied customers. Jonathan had big dreams of the wonderful rewards of being in business for himself. But before he could buy what he wanted, his employees' wages had to be paid. He had to pay taxes. And his friends who helped finance the business had to be paid a return on their investment. When all of his bills were paid, Jonathan had to exchange his big dream for a little dream.
Mesdames, mademoiselles, it is the privilege of Alphonse, hat stylist to all the grand heads of Europe, to bring you hats with style so chic, a quality magnifique, and a price, ooh la la, so low. Come one, come all to the grand opening.
To meet competition, Jonathan had to plow part of his profits back into the business to develop a better hat. If customers approved the quality, style, and price of Jonathan's new designs, he still could make his dreams come true. With the passing years, this strong foundation of freedoms protected the dignity of the individual and his family, gave everyone the right to worship as he pleased, and promised anyone with ability and enterprise the opportunity to participate in the building of the American way of life as we know it today. A way of life that depends upon millions of thrifty Americans who send a portion of their savings to work in our business system each year. People from all walks of life.
These workers, these earners, are scientifically exposed again and again to the outdoor selling messages. Though grown-ups represent the greater part of any community's purchasing power, children very definitely are an influence in the purchasing of everyday commodities. So the complete poster showing must take into consideration the location of public schools with their daily attendance, which mounts up into hundreds of thousands. Since public schools are laid out primarily in accordance with population densities, the pattern governing school locations is a thoroughly accurate pattern of actual population distribution. For this reason, it is significant that the pattern of poster showings coincides with school concentration in the same areas. Chain store locations are another factor in determining the placement of poster showings. As everyone knows, chain store organizations make detailed and exhaustive studies of street traffic conditions before locating their stores. Hence, the pattern made by these stores represents a fairly accurate picture of the high points of retail trade. Because the 100% poster showing and chain store locations coincide, the advertiser's message is sure to reach the parade of buyers at the most logical time and place, when they are on their way to buy, and where they can immediately react to the buying suggestions made by the posters.
What are you girls doing? Looking for the
Drugstore
name of
locations
Montana?
also form a guide for the
I'm
planning of
looking at
100%
myself.
poster
You
showings.
like what you see?
Here again,
I
we see the
sure
pattern of
do.
the poster showings
I can
closely
see
follows that of
myself
the
in
store
this plate
locations.
and this glass.
In modern retailing,
and the
supermarkets
silver.
are an important factor.
You've
Carefully
discovered some
placed
way
in
to make
outlying
pictures
districts,
shine.
they have an
Discovered
average buying
something
radius
new.
of more than 3
now
miles,
I wash them the
which
way
is
you
unusual,
should.
of course, for a
Enjoy.
convenient goods store. Scientifically
right.
planned,
You can take
100%
real
poster
pride
showings
in
cover these same districts. Since every fourth purchase is an impulse purchase, these showings offer a golden opportunity to advertisers to identify their products to thousands of consumers on their way to buy at supermarkets. All receive their scientifically apportioned share of panels in the 100% poster showing.
Like magic.
Scientifically
It's
planned
called
showings
Bounty,
must
the
cover
new
more than
paper
just
towel
the
that
main
actually
thoroughfares of
attracts
transportation.
moisture.
They must
Just
be
watch
arranged to
Bounty
reach consumers in
attracting,
every walk of
absorbing
life
moisture.
as they go about their daily tasks. Each day, as thousands of persons visit the chain stores in their neighborhoods, their journey carries them past powerful messages advantageously placed on nearby poster panels. At night, as they visit their favorite movie houses,
I want you to meet a great
or sporting
new
centers.
star. The new 1953
And in the day while going
Chevrolet.
to and from the
Isn't
neighborhood
that a sight?
drugstores and centrally located supermarkets, the local service stations, or to work in any one of the busy industrial centers, these hundreds of thousands of buyers will immediately receive up-to-date information concerning products necessary to their needs.
S-O makes your car go. Happy motoring.
Here's the thing.
Hair that grows, hair that goes to here, to there, to anywhere you like, it goes.
Here's new velvet. Her hair grows, just like her cousin, beautiful Chrissy. You can make velvet's hair short, or make it grow.
Hair that grows, hair that...
My skin's fresh and healthy looking. I guess it's 'cause I've gotten down to basics. You know, fresh air, sunshine, healthy foods, and lots of soap and water. Which the kids aren't too crazy about. We use ivory around this house.
Our federal taxes pay for irrigation and reclamation projects, for national parks, postal services, the Weather Bureau, and many other services. Our taxes have to pay for the enormous cost of task wars and provide the funds for a defense program which will ensure the safety of our country. In addition, all of us should be willing to pay whatever taxes are necessary to enable efficient government to improve or expand any essential service.
Now from Sharp, maker of the world's most complete line of electronic calculators, the LC8, world's smallest electronic calculator by Sharp. Price tag to match.